Hello, everyone. The topic for today is the impact of information technology on audit process. Auditing is a systematic and independent examination of information systems environment to ascertain whether the objectives set out to be achieved have been met or not. What is information system audit? Information system audit is an independent subset of the normal audit exercise. Information systems audit is an ongoing process of evaluating controls, which suggest security measures for the purpose of safeguarding assets, resources, maintaining data integrity, improve system effectiveness and system efficiency for the purpose of attaining organization goals. The objective of these audits are to identify risks that an organization is exposed to in the computerized environment. This audit evaluates the adequacy of the security controls and informs the management with suitable conclusions and recommendations. Well-planned and structured audit is essential for risk management and monitoring and control of information systems in any organization. Move on to the scope of audit in a computerized information system environment. The factors to be considered on the impact of computerization on audit approach are high speed, low clerical error, concentration of duties, shifting of internal control base, disappearance of manual reasonableness, impact of poor system, exception reporting and man-machine interface. First, high speed. Information can be generated very quickly. The complex reports in specific report format generated for audit purposes without much loss of time. Low clerical error. Computerized operation being a systematic and sequential programmed course of action, the changes of commission of error is considerably reduced. Concentration of duties. As computer programs perform more than one set of activities at a time, thereby concentrating the duties of several personnel involved in the work. For the shifting of internal control base, it involved application system development control and systems software control. Disappearance of manual reasonableness. The shift from traditional manual information processing environment to computerized information systems environment needs a detailed analysis of physical system for transformation into a logical platform. In terms of exception reporting, it is departure from straight reporting of all variables. The value of variable is only reported if it lies outside some predetermined normal range. For the man-machine interface, it ensures maximum effectiveness of the information system. Organization concentrated on presenting information that is required by the user and to present that information in the most uncluttered way. Assessing risks of information technology. The nature of the risk in computerized information system environment includes lack of transaction trail, lack of segregation of duties, errors and irregularities, initiation of transaction, lack of visible output, ease of access to data and computer programs, absence of input document. Risk may result from computerized information system activities and risk due to complex application in computerized information system. Lack of transaction trail. Audit trail may be available for the short period or not in the form of computer-readable form. If the transaction is too complex, errors may be embedded in application's program logic. Lack of segregation of duties. Many of control procedures are performed by separate individual in manual systems but may not be in computerized information system. Potential for errors and irregularities. Potential for human error and unable to detect the error may be greater in computerized information system. Initiation of transaction. Computerized information system may have capabilities to execution transaction automatically. For example, depreciation. The authorization for transaction is not available. Lack of visible output. Its output may result in the need to access data retained on files readable only by computer. Ease of access to data and computer programs. Computer programs can be accessed and altered at the computer or from the remote location. So, auditor should review the appropriate control measure to prevent unauthorized access and alteration of the data. Absence of input document. Data may be entered into the computer without supporting documents. Risk may result from computerized information system activities. Assessment of risk due to complex application in computerized information system. For example, integrated data between department within organization and with other organization. These also may increase risk and required further consideration.
Internal control and information technology environment. There are two types of internal controls in information technology environment known as general control and application control. General control. This control covers the environment within such applications are developed, maintained and operated. This control can be categorized into four ways, which are data center and network operations, system software acquisition, change and maintenance, access security, and application system acquisition, development and maintenance. Data center and network operations. There is no unauthorized allow to access to the programs, files and system documentation. The files should be properly maintained and backup. The operator is responsible to control over computer and network operations, data preparation, workflow control, and library functions. System software acquisition, change and maintenance. It is the system that control the computer function and allow the application program to run. As example, Windows allow Microsoft Office to run in the computer. Acquisition of software should be authorized and approved. The entity should have strong controls to ensure proper approval for purchase of new system, changes and maintenance of existing software. Access security. It be in physical protection of computer equipment, software, data, loss of assets and information through theft and unauthorized use. There are two possible ways to ensure the security is strong controls by limiting access to the computer facilities and use of conventional key, and authorization card. Application system acquisition, development and maintenance. These controls are for ensuring the reliability of information processing. It could be better to have involvement of internal and external auditors to design the system to ensure proper control incorporate to the system. Next is application control. This control within a computer application which to ensure the completeness and accuracy of input, processing together with the validity of the result entries. This control can be categorized into 5 ways, which are data captures control, data validation control, processing control, output control and error control. Data captures control. This control is to ensure all transactions are recorded in the application system. Transactions are recorded only once, while rejected transactions are identified, collected, corrected and re-entered into the system. Data validation control. This control is applied at various stages in ensuring data is accurate. Some examples are limit test, range test and sequence check. While, in processing control, it is referred to controls that prevent and detect errors when transaction data are processed. Type of processing controls are such as file labels, control total and reasonableness tests. Output control. This control is to prevent computer output from either displayed or distributed to unauthorized users. Use of report distribution log as a form of output control. While, in error control, transaction errors can be identified at any controls in the system. Errors should be corrected and resubmitted by the data center control group. Auditing through computer techniques, which can be through computer-assisted audit techniques known as CAADS. The application of auditing procedures may require the auditor to consider these techniques. It will help them to organize, analyze and extract computerized data and re-performing computation and other processing. Auditor may perform test of control and substantive tests as well by using this computer techniques. There are two common types of computer-assisted audit techniques, which are audit software and test data. Audit software. This is computer programs used for audit purposes to examine the contents of the client's file. It is used during substantive testing to determine the reliability of accounting controls and integrity of computerized accounting records. There are two types of audit software being used for audit purposes, as generalized audit software and custom audit software. Generalized audit software. Generalized computer program is designed to perform data processing functions such as read and extract data from entities' computer files or database. It is for further audit testing, perform calculation, selecting sample and provide report. Examples of generalized audit software is Audit Express, which is used for audit purposes. Custom audit software. This software is written by the auditors for specific audit tasks. It is necessary when the entity's computer information system is not compatible with generalized audit software. It is good to develop if the auditor can use it in doing auditing for the future. Test data. The auditor uses test data for testing the application controls in the entity's computer program. As an example, the auditor creates a simulation transaction data for testing. Results from processing will be compared with predetermined results. With the data is entered into the entity's computer program, the valid data should be properly processed. Consideration in using computer-assisted audit techniques. If there is no visible evidence available, the auditor can consider to use CAADS. The cost that associated with CAADS. The extent of the ability of CAADS to perform test on various financial statement items. Report need to be produced by the auditors within the comparatively short time period. The condition of hardware, computer, and the ability to support CAADS.
What is e-commerce? E-commerce is quite simply the purchase of goods and outsourcing by internet. Today, over 40% all internet users makes online purchase and spending $1.5 trillion a year. Types of e-commerce. E-commerce splits into three categories. 1. Business to consumer, B2C. 2. Consumer to business, C2B. 3. Business to business, B2B. First, we're going to explain about business to consumer, B2C. The example is a makeuponline.com. The common type of this business is online shopping. First, the business will publish their goods into their websites. Then, the customer will take a look at the products at websites. If the customer interested with some products, they can order it online. And the goods will be sent as soon as the customer pays for the goods. Next, consumer to consumer, C2C. The example of this business is muda.my. This website is actually the intermediaries for someone who want to buy or sell products through online website. First, the seller will publish the goods at website. Then the customer will take a look at the products at the website. If the customer interested, the customer will contact the seller. And the transaction process will be occurred between buyer and seller. The goods will be sent as soon as they're agreed at the best price. Lastly, the business to business, B2B. The example is an airways industry and travel agent. Let's says AirAsia for airways industry. AirAsia will first publish the ticket in their website. And then travel agent will provide the ticket for the customer by buying the ticket from AirAsia website. After the payment made by customer, the ticket will transfer to the customer. Impacts of e-commerce tells us about the consequence after using the e-commerce to the users. Impacts of e-commerce can be divided into positive impacts and negative impacts. There are many positive impacts of e-commerce. It is convenient to buy and sell products. The customer can shop from home. The customer also can online shopping anytime they want. Moreover, the customer also can compare the goods and price from multiple websites of online shopping before buying it. The less staff involved in business if using e-commerce. The customer has less time spent to go to the store. Some of negative impact of e-commerce are: it cannot handle before purchase. It is not convenient to return goods if they have damaged on the products. Moreover, the goods may get lost and cannot be detected. The delivery service send it to wrong place. Thanks for watching.